How did this place look before?
Well, the place we're talking about here is Lemon Heights, California. It's part of the city of Tustin. And before, it used to just be rows and rows of lemon trees, some grapefruit trees, occasional avocado. Lots of eucalyptus trees were planted as windbreakers or wind barriers, I guess, about 100 years ago, and as well as some cedar trees. Regarding the animal life, it was kind of diverse. As a kid playing around in here and stuff, you would see coyotes. There were lots of them, mountain lions, bobcats, all pretty plentiful. Always in the summer, we had to worry about snakes, rattlesnakes, definitely, and lots of birds. It was always, a fun place to go.
How's it changed since then?
Well, the landowner sold all the land and to builders. So basically, they've pretty much clear cutted everything. They've put in a freeway that goes through part of the area. They've cut down virtually all the citrus trees. There are some occasionally that are left in little groves to, I guess, bring back the old feeling of what it used to be like here. There's even a park called Citrus Grove Park where they, left some of the lemon trees. Regarding the animals, it's interesting though. The animals, the coyotes, still are around, and a lot of the neighborhoods they hire people to round up the coyotes and take them away. But it's a foolish task because they always come back. There are mountain lions, and in the last, I say, 10 years, we've seen one bobcat ourselves. There are still lots of rattlesnakes around in the area, and I think there are a lot fewer birds though, and but with respect to the animals, it seems like it really, even though they brought in all these houses and totally developed it, I still think a lot of the animals here remain. They have not left, and
what are some of the things you used to do here?
well, we used to hike around here a lot. It was since it was owned by one landowner, they had the area fenced off with the three strands of barbed wire fencing, and really hadn't changed for like the last 100 years. And so we would climb over or go under the barbed wire. And also in this area, there were some really neat caves in the side of one of the mountains, just some sandstone caves and such. And it's interesting when they developed the houses. Of course, they demolished all the caves. They pretty much moved mountains and hills and everything else. But we used to come up here and hike, and it was really a great way to spend the day. Unless, of course, we were dodging the patrols of the landowner that didn't want anybody trespassing. But dodging those guys, it was kind of fun too, in hindsight.
What are some of the things you do here now?
Pay property taxes, raise kids. I mean, I live in a house here now. It's kind of funny. I now look at the area that used to play as a kid, and now I'm raising my kids here, but they don't have the surrounding environment that I got to enjoy. Now it's just all suburbia where it goes houses upon houses, and they did save some areas to make a nice regional park in the area, which I think that's something that is enjoyable to take the kids to see, but and experience. But you don't have the vastness that you used to have, and of course there's a lot more traffic and everything else. But even though we have all those things, it's still kind of interesting that we live in an area that people are afraid to have their cats out at night or their small dogs running out because they'll disappear from the wildlife and such. So we brought a lot of suburbia here, but still the natural animals have remained, and they still pretty much control a lot of the outside activities you do.